On the phone line right now, Majority Whip James E. Clyburn out of South Carolina. Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
It's an honor to be able to speak with you.
Thank you.
I just want to get right to it. The biggest concern, we have a number of concerns, but one of the biggest concerns right now is what are the Democrats going to do about the voter suppression that we see coming down the pike? They do it every year, and now they're just doing it in our face, and there's nothing we can do about it. I think it's far enough. We got about 4 or 5 months until we have an election. Are we able to do anything? We saw what happened in Georgia with the last election. To me, it's like a purview of what's getting ready to happen in November.
I agree with you, and I would hope that this is not just a Democratic problem. This is a Republican problem. And it's a White House problem. I keep telling people the Democrats are in control of the House. That's 1/3. Another third is the Senate. Mm-hmm. And another third is the White House. Mm-hmm. No matter what we do, we can pass anything we want in the House. We just passed out the committee yesterday this bill dealing with judicial reform. Mm-hmm. It's going to have the Senate's going to do their own thing, and then what will the president sign? So no matter what we do on the House side, we cannot do it alone. The Republicans, and I would hope that the Republicans in this country will want to have fair and unfettered elections.
And it's pretty obvious they don't want that. So we know McConnell is not going to vote or even bring to a vote anything that you guys pass in the House. It's just pure politics. My concern is, what can we do? What can the average layperson out there do right now to combat the voter suppression that we see coming down the pike?
Organize. Nancy Pelosi loves to say, let's not stand around agonizing. Let's go to work organizing. And let's do that. I think that is the only thing that we can do in the public is to begin now. All of our organizations need to come on board. We need to let this president know that we are not going to let him subvert this process. If we organize and we elect a Democratic Senate, and I think that is not as hard to do as it was 6 months ago, mm-hmm. I think we got a tremendous opportunity to take over the Senate. Mm-hmm. Yes,
and you got the House. We're looking pretty good. I think Vice President Joe Biden. It's advantageous for him just to sit up and let this president self-destruct. Right now, the polls have Vice President Biden leading in a lot of these swing states. Do you think that's going to hold?
Well, it's a long time before November.
Yeah.
So let's just say I'm hopeful that it will hold. It mm-hmm. can hold. If we do not get out too far out over our skis, we can do this. I think I can see now. Every now and then I see a headline coming out. Biden needs to do this. If Biden is running the risk of losing black votes because he won't say this. Let's win the election. This whole thing is that Biden got to be the perfect candidate. That's a bunch of foolishness. Mm-hmm. We've got to have, he's a good candidate. He has a good record. He is a good person. Let's not sacrifice good on the altar of perfect. He's not a perfect candidate. Nobody's going to be
Nobody is. And I get that. I don't want to keep because I do want to ask you. It is kind of important. There's so many things I would love to talk to you about, Majority Whip, but I just we don't have that much time. Who Vice President Biden picks to be his running mate is kind of important, and I really don't like that people are saying you have to do this and you have to do that. But in my mind, I think probably the best pick, and I'll just put it out there. I've already put it out there on the radio. Is Kamala Harris, Senator Kamala Harris. But one of my concerns is because of how she went at him in one of the early debates. Does that disqualify her in his mind? And this is just your opinion that I'm looking for.
Absolutely not. Okay. Absolutely not. Joe Biden is a big boy. He knows that in these primaries you go after each other. He remembers his own experiences, and I always say that we can be no more or no less than what our experiences allow us to be. You may recall when Joe Biden ran in the primary that Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama were in. Joe Biden was called on the carpet for saying some things about Barack Obama that were not complimentary.
Yep.
You remember that?
Yes, I do.
Barack Obama got over it.
Yeah.
Barack Obama got over it and named
That's a
him
good point.
his running mate and says the best thing he ever did.
You know what? I forgot about that, and that is a valid point. Majority Whip Clyburn, I appreciate you taking the time. I'd love for you to call again another time when you have time so we can get to some of the other issues that are really affecting all of us. But I appreciate your work in Congress, and you're somebody that we all look up to, so keep up with the fight, sir.
I'll do my best. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.